Mr. Noah Spencer.
Hey, so I'm here with David Watkins of Abbeydale. We go back a long time, back to college days. We're all in lockdown mode right now. So this is just kind of a way to reach out to friends and small business owners and see how they're doing and how we can reach you. And I want to quickly turn it over to you if you want to give me a brief about you and what you do,
Yeah,
and
man.
go from there.
Of course. Well, it's good to see you, man. Thank you so much for having me on. I own Abbeydale, which is a men's custom clothing company based here in Charlotte, located uptown, right at the corner of Trade and Tryon. Been in business about 10 years. Yeah, and you're right. We do go back a way. I'm a Charlotte native, man. I threw the anchor out and even went to school at UNCC. So,
Yeah.
Born and raised, my friend. Not many of us left.
So how are you and your family hanging in all this? This is crazy for all of us. It's new, stay-at-home order is
Right.
got everybody hunkered down. So
It's definitely an interesting time. I think, for me personally, I think I'm going to look back on this as I was very grateful to have the time. I have a 2.5-year-old, so it's been very interesting and cool to be able to spend as much time, going to the park twice a day or, doing that stuff. Interesting window of opportunity for us to kind of bond a little bit more, other than daddy, leaving at 7 every day, going to work uptown.
Yeah.
It's kind of been cool. Now, the flip side of that is, yeah, you're right. Service-based businesses like mine, where we shake hands with every dollar we make, are not operating, if you will.
Right.
We're doing some online stuff, and I'm super grateful for the customers that I have, because I have relationships going back, 9-10 years. And a lot of customers with measurements on file. So we've been able to do some stuff via FaceTime, creating some packages. We've been operating, but I might have mentioned this to you earlier yesterday when we chatted, setting up this call, is I've been working on some other projects that I don't think I would have had the time to do, or at least ship as fast as I probably will if we were still operating as usual. But I've had a lot of downtime to kind of work on these projects. So I'm super excited about that. I think, adaptation is something that every small business owner, you just have to adapt or die, right? So there's other things I'm working on, and moving the Abbeydale business forward, as well as some community stuff online in other sectors. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, well, I think that's the silver lining for all of us. We're all optimistic about this thing turning its corner in the near future, and I think everybody's kind of stopping, thinking like, what can we do to help grow our business? What haven't we had time to do? Shoot, all of us at home, like, what around the house have we been putting off forever? And
Yeah, there was a call that I was on Wednesday night with a bunch of guys, and one of the gentlemen on there, Scott Josh Roberts, mentioned he's focused a lot on the word reset, which I found I've been thinking about a lot since he said that. And not only are we resetting the way we treat ourselves, right? So I feel like, maybe I'm canceling it out. I've been eating and probably drinking too much, but I've also worked out just about every day, or at least gone to the park, and I've gotten outside. And so I feel like my body, in a weird way, has had a reset of sleeping more and getting outside and kind of, focusing on family a little bit. So there's been a reset there.
Kind of plugging you guys. You guys are the best in Charlotte for sure, and I've used you along the years. From my wedding attire to, business wear to casual wear. Are you really, is it relying on your past customers in that way? Or are you doing anything different, with technology? Or
a little bit, we're doing some packages, some shirting stuff. Those are pretty easy to get ordered, especially if we have your measurements. I kind of developed 3 different styles of packages online, depending on the gentleman and what they might need, whether it's casual or travel or more formal business wear stuff. And those have been a success. We've had a lot of customers they just need a refresh on shirting, so they know once this is passed, they'll have new gear they can kind of get into. Yeah. That's been cool. But honestly, man, it's just been a lot of these FaceTime calls with customers have been not about clothing. It's just about the times we live in and just connecting on a deeper level that I think small business owners really value relationships with the customers they have. And in a weird way, this has kind of strengthened it. I get texts every day from customers just want to check in, make sure everything is all right. I understand what you do. Like, you shake hands with every dollar you make. Like, there's, you're a service-based business. So customers like, I'm just going to come up there, or I'll just go ahead and order some suits now, or I'll get a gift card, super grateful for those customers. But as far as doing anything new, not necessarily. I think our model works when we're in a normal environment, which I think we'll get back to. But like I said, working on those other projects, I'm super excited to get those out. And those are going to be more online communities that can scale, and I wouldn't have to worry about kind of meeting everybody in person that's involved in that. So in a weird way, when I get out of this, I might have a lot more going on than I realized I might not be able to facilitate. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited about it.
You saying that you're a Charlotte native, and I'm sure you're well connected with other small business owners. Do you know of any, or do you want to give a shout out to you've seen that are doing things differently, or kind of really adjusting and doing things that creatively to kind of get in front of people?
Honestly, man, like the real estate stuff that you were telling me about earlier, that's really cool with the virtual house showings, and I think that's kind of neat. So as far as a shout out goes, there's a couple, James and Miracle, that own Not Just Coffee. I think they have 6 or 7 locations that, they rely on that kind of face-to-face customers coming in, enjoying, nice product. They were really early on the wave of this pandemic, and they shut it down really early. I felt like it was a really bold move, knowing kind of how their business works and how they need people to show up in person to buy stuff. But they felt like at that time that there was no way to protect their employees, to protect their customers, because the 6 feet apart kind of thing kind of works. But I've seen a lot of these pickup locations, and there's people just crowded around waiting on their number to be called to pick up the food. And they just didn't want to deal with any of that. So kind of a big shout out to them of kind of going through that process early on. I feel like that was bold. Some of the restaurants are doing really, really cool stuff. Sabor, I like their kind of take-home kits to learn how to make empanadas and things like that. Yeah, participated in a lot of those, that kind of to-go Postmates kind of deals. So yeah, man, outside of that, I think everybody's just kind of holding on.
Right. Well, do you have any words of encouragement for Charlotte?
Yes. Hang in there. So look at this as a bridge, right? Just stay on the path of the bridge. Keep walking. We're going to get to the other side at some point. So survive in advance, I guess, is the best way. Hunker down, don't not take it seriously, like cut expenses where you can. Talk to your mortgage lenders, your bankers, kind of pull every resource you can. But just know that we'll get through this 6-8 weeks, however long it's going to take. And there's a lot of people in Charlotte that are putting their hand out to help. So don't be scared to ask for it.
Yeah. On a personal note, like, what are you missing most? Like, what's the first public thing that you're?
I've had this game with my wife. It's like, like, if you had to pick a restaurant, where would you go first? So clearly get out of the house, right? I think this might sound harsh, but we would probably drop off our son Chief to my parents.
Yeah.
And let the adults get a night out on the town. That's I don't know where we would go, probably whatever Mia's favorite restaurant would be, but we would probably go out to a nice dinner and leave Chief, maybe even spend the night out so we can sleep in the next day, and kind of do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. What makes Charlotte home for you?
Community.
Yeah.
I just feel like, we're in the South, and everybody in the South is nice, right? But that is so true here, man. It's just such a cool community. Like, I just feel like there's so many nice people here. The entrepreneurial community is very supportive. All the small businesses, I think we're doing some really cool stuff. So I don't plan on leaving, and I've never left. So probably be here for a while.
For anyone who's interested, and where can they find you? Find you online, find you on social?
Yeah.
I guess
so we're pretty active on Instagram. So House of Abbeydale is the Instagram account, houseofabbeydale.com. is the web. So sign up for our newsletter. It goes out every Sunday. It's not always about men's fashion. It's usually just about me rambling about something. So yeah.
Awesome. It's real. It's just kind of speaks to all guys and just kind of how to prioritize their wardrobe and take a special look at like kind of how they're presenting themselves in their business. Or
we're big on creating a personal brand. So don't expect a lot of salesy type stuff that comes across on that email. It's more about perspective and how to think about your wardrobe and why it matters, and philosophies, I guess. Come support.
Awesome.
Buy a house from Noah.
Well, listen, man, I really appreciate you getting on today and
yes, sir.
Talking a little bit about you and your business and how your family's doing. And guys, go support Abbeydale, and we'll chat soon.
I love it.
Thanks, man.
Take care.